Hello, I'm Jeff Cavins, and today we're looking at the readings for the 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Life is made up of good times and not so good. It's made up of easy days and difficult days. It's made up of days where everything goes our way and days where nothing seems to go our way. When God told Israel that he was going to bring them to a land flowing with milk and honey, he wasn't necessarily just talking about a place that would be overfilled with all kinds of wonderful, scrumptious food and good days. In fact, the rabbis tell us that this metaphor of a land flowing with milk and honey actually speaks of two lifestyles, one milk, one honey. If you were to divide the promised land starting with Jerusalem as the center of a watch, the hands would extend from about 8 in the morning to the big hand to about 2 in the afternoon, okay? And everything to the left or northwest is called honey, and everything in the southeast is called milk. What am I talking about? Well, the rabbis would talk about the land as two lifestyles, one called honey, one called milk. In the northwest part of the land, it's pretty easy, it's predictable, lots of rainfall, the cities are big, it's noisy, everybody wants to be up there. And it is signified by the date honey. I'd like to live there. When Israel entered the land, that's where they went. They went up into the northwest. The problem is everybody else wanted to be up there too, including the Canaanites. And the Israelites got into trouble with Canaanite worship, and they started to worship the Baals and everything else, and they were driven down to the southeast part, which is where the milk comes from, the milk from the herders, from the goat herders. Now that part of the country is arid. It is dry. It is unpredictable. It is harsh. Very little rainfall. But Israel is called to live in the land of milk and honey. There's good and there's more difficult. There's plenty and there is famine at times. And they're called to live in this, but there's only one way that they can live in it, and that is they have to totally trust in the Lord. Just like your life. If you go through the average month in your life, there are some honey days and there's some milk days. There's some predictable and unpredictable. There's some rainfall and no rainfall. There's a lot of noise and there's a lot of quiet and aloneness. But Paul tells us what the key is here. He says in Philippians chapter 4 and verse 12, he says, I know how to be abased, milk, and I know how to abound, honey. In any and all circumstances, I have learned the secret of facing plenty, honey, and hunger, milk, abundance and want. I can do all things in him who strengthens me. My friend, this week, I don't know what side you're living on. I don't know if it's the honey side and everything's going your way, or if you're on the milk side and things are kind of tough. But in both, we need to totally rely upon the Lord, not just when we're on the milk side and things are difficult, but even in the good times, we need to totally rely upon him. You see, the secret is that you can handle anything in life if you'll do it through Christ. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. Have a great week.